Hey guys, it's Carl Brown for GuitarLessons365.com. Today we're going to learn how to play If You Leave Me Now by Chicago. So this is a great one. We're going to be in standard tuning with a capo at the 2nd fret. That's pretty much how I see Peter Cetera play it live. So we're going to do what he does. So since he wrote the thing. So let's start here. This capo is really going to allow us to play a lot of things like this opening phrase really easy. All right, so that starts with, now I'm going to call this an A major because I'm comparing it to the capo. So just imagine the capo is the open strings now. So when I call out these chords, that's an A. Obviously it's a B because of the capo, but we're going to visualize it as an A to make it easy. So what we're going to do is we have a standard A major chord and really just strum that, and then what you're going to do is just leave the 2nd finger there and just add the 1st fret there on the G string and then the open B. So we have this. What it does is it makes it from an A major, I know it's a B major, but it makes it from an A major to an A major 9. So we have this. And then you go to the 9, and then back, back, and in with 2 hits. So you start with 2 hits, then 1 each. Just go and switch it back and forth between the 2 chords. And then end with 2 hits there on the A, and then start over a little bit different. That's the A again. And you go between the 2 chords 3 times, and then back on the A. So all together. That with all downstrokes. It's slow enough, and it kind of works out well to do this because they seem like they're all kind of accented, which is better with a downstroke. So let's start with the verse. Got some tricky chords in here, a lot of major 7ths and minor 7ths, and but it's pretty cool. So it sounds like this. Then you should repeat those same chords. And then we're going to have a little repeat, the last 4 chords in the progression. So it's a little bit different at the very end of the 2nd time through. So let's take a look at these chords. We're going to start with an A major 7th. How are you going to grab that? Open A string there, 2nd fret on the D, 1st fret on the G, 2nd fret on the B, then the open high E. Remember, I'm comparing everything above the capo, so this is 2 frets above the capo. All right, let's get the chords down here. So he plays that A like that, the A major 7th, then he goes to an F sharp minor 7. And how he plays it is he reaches his thumb over to on the 6th string there, 2nd fret, and then the rest of the chord is played with just your index finger, barring across the 2nd fret of the D, G, and the B. That you can mute the A string in there with just you can have the A string open in there actually if you want. All right, and from there he goes to a C sharp minor 7 chord. So move up to 4 frets above the capo, do a full bar across 5 strings, and then we have the 8th fret here. Well, just it's a minor 7 chord form there. So if this is the 4th fret, then you just say the 5th fret here, and then the 6th fret there on the D. Basic minor 7 chord form. So we have this so far. All right, from there we go back to the F sharp minor 7 to a B major chord which is the 2nd fret here, the A, and then barring across the 4th fret across the D, G, and the B. Then to an E major chord, and finish it off with the A. Which sometimes they'll do a little figure there, but it kind of varies every time. So let's take a look at all those chords one more time. A major 7, F sharp minor 7, C sharp minor 7, back to the F sharp, B, E, A. All right, then you're going to repeat those same chords again. Start with the A major 7, and go all the way through the exact same chords again. Now, at the end there, when you get to the A at the end, it's going to repeat just the last 4 chords. So you go back to that F sharp minor, and the B, and the E, and the A. All right, so let me do a little bit about the strumming pattern here. We have very basic strumming pattern. Down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, up. Remember, keep that momentum going. Don't stop the motion. So when the chords are changing fast, it's just down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then you can do that figure whenever you want. All right, so that is, I guess, would be considered the verse chorus. I don't know. It's one of those songs that doesn't really have a definitive chorus in it too much. The next part is really cool, though. It's really the only other section of the song besides the solo that we're going that you need to learn, and it sounds like this. To the first part. All right, so there's a lot of chords there, but it's really cool. Now, what we're going to do here is we're going to start off with the open D, then the 2nd fret on the G, first fret on the B, and then the open high E string. Now, you can choose to do a couple things. You can just pick across them like this. Pretty similar to what they're doing on recording, just going up to the top string, coming down. Sorry. So a couple times. Or you can just strum it lightly. Same pattern, really. From there, you're going to have the open D string still, and then you're going to reach up and grab a bar across the 3rd fret. All right, so the first 3 strings with the open D underneath it, and then resolve that to a D major. So I have this. Or you can just pick them. Sorry, what the... All right, so it's a really cool little part there. Then we go back to the F sharp minor 7. Then a pretty easy change, D to E to A. So far, we have this. Now we're going to transition to start that over by going to a G sharp minor 7 chord. So instead of doing it like this one, you can do it like that if you want. When it's moving up the neck a little bit, I like to play it with the 2nd finger here on the, that'd be the 4th fret there above the capo, and then barring at the 4th fret on the D, G, and B strings. So I'm using my middle finger there, and then the bar done with the ring finger. You can do that other chord like that if you want to as well. So we're going for the G sharp minor 7, and then C sharp dominant 7, which is the 4th fret there on the A, 3rd on the D, 4th on the G, 2nd on the B. And then start back over with that riff we started with. Exact same chords. Now here's where it diverts. So the second time through this chord progression, instead of going to the G sharp minor 7 to the D7, instead it jumps to a C sharp minor 7 up here, which we played earlier. Back to the F sharp minor 7. And from there into a B minor chord. So that's a bar at the 2nd fret. And you're going to be playing the 4th fret there on the D and G string with the 3rd fret there on the B. Then we have a little bass line going to the C sharp, which is the 4th fret on the A, into a D minor chord. Kind of pause that. Now on the recording, there's some little guitar fills, but they're really kind of not really consequential to the song really. So all together we have this cool riff which starts at the 52nd mark of the song. Alright, now at the 1 minute and 35-second mark of the song, we have the solo. Now this is done on a 12-string guitar, so it's going to sound like 2 guitars there, but they're layering each other, but it's actually just a 12-string acoustic. So I'm going to play that. Now their solo at the end of it, towards the end of the song, has the same licks in it, so there will be nothing new to learn there. So let me play through this. The chords that are going underneath this are the first guitar section, verse. That we learned first, that's the chords that are going underneath the solo. So let's take a look at the solo. Here we go. All right, so we're going to start here with the low E string hit twice, and then the 2nd fret on the A string to the 4th fret twice. So this. Back to the open E, and then 2-0 on the A string done a couple times. Then back to the 2. So this. Back to the open. Yeah, that little lick, which is hammering 2 to 4 on the A, over to 2 on the D, back to 4. So we have this so far. All right, now the second half of this is what is repeated later in the song. It sounds like this. All right, so that is 4-2-0 on the A string, back to 2, then hammer 2 to 4, and back to 2. Then 2-0 on the A, over to 4 on the low E, back to the open A, then hammer 0-2, then the low low E open. So we have this. All right, and then we continue on kind of with the same thing, but a little different ending. So that's 4-2-0 on the A string again. Then back to 2, hammer 2 to 4, then back to 2, then 4 over to 1 on the D string, slide up to 2, just shift up to then to this 4, pick 4, slide up to 6, back to 2 there on the D. So with this. So all together for the solo. Then it's back to the really cool part there. All right, so when they play that later on in the song, it just goes. Just repeats that a few times. So just when you hear that later. All right, so the only thing I want to talk about real quick is the very end of the song. It could repeat the same 4 chords. If you remember the first chord progression we learned, we were repeating the last 4 chords there. Was the F sharp minor 7 to a B to a E to A. So that's what he's doing. He's just repeating those 4 chords at the end of the song. You can throw that in whenever you want too. All right, so it's a really cool song. There's some great, beautiful chord work in it, and it works out really well to play there, just like Peter Terr plays it live with the capo at the 2nd fret. All right, hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon for GuitarLessons365.com.